What's up guys, it is Diego. I am back with another video. For those of you who are new around here, I have a YouTube channel where I basically talk about my journey into medical school as a graduate in the UK. And I have an update. I have a new video today. Obviously, based on the video title, you will already know what the video is about. But obviously, the light or the interest is in the actual video, which is today's video. So I think, without giving it too much of a runaround, let's get straight into it. And yeah, let's get into it. Right, so let's start. Basically, I got into medical school. Yes. After a very long journey into medical school, many hours studying for these admissions exams like the UCAT, like the GAMSAT. Finally, the day has come where I can actually say I've got into medical school and I'll be starting medical school soon. I was just having a look actually. So my first video that I ever did on my YouTube channel was related to the medical school journey was on the 14th of March 2019, and it was preparing for the GAMSAT, my experience, thoughts and tips. First thoughts is I look so young when I look at this video, but also how much time has flown by in these last 3 years. It's definitely felt at times it's felt very long, so I'm not going to say it just flew by entirely, but yeah, 3 years has gone by of my life, but finally, I got into medical school. So actually now talking about getting into medical school, well, so on the 23rd of last month, so 23rd of March, I was in the park in Clapham actually, and I was just chilling. I'd been doing some work in the morning. I went to a coffee shop, then I just went for a walk into the park. And then I got an update saying that there was basically an update, a change to my application from the university I had applied. So they were saying that on their portal that I was going to get an update later that day. So I was really nervous actually. I didn't think I was going to be that nervous, and I thought I'd maybe manage it in a better way, but I just kept crazy refreshing the portal. I was sat at the park, but I wasn't really present because I was just really nervous about what was going on, because yeah, it was, it could determine if I was going to go to medical school or not. And it just happened, yeah. And then basically, because the thing is, when it's on the portal, you have to log in and then you have to refresh, and then it will say accepted or rejected or waiting list or whatever. But I was even I was just nervous, even to the point where I didn't even want to open the portal. I kept just looking at that. But actually, I got an email from the university, and you know how, if you've got an Apple phone, the email will sort of give you a preview of what the email app will give you a preview of what the content is. And so it said application outcome. And when I saw that, I was like, okay, so this is it now. Right now, I'm gonna know what's gonna happen, whether this last year has been worth it or not. And so, yeah, I basically quickly just looked at the email, and I was like, I didn't even want to look at the Diego or anything. I'm just trying to get to the point where it either says, we are sorry to inform you, or congratulations, or we are pleased. And I got that wonderful message where it said, we have now assessed the application and we are delighted to offer you a place on the MBBS graduate entry program. So yeah, once I read that, it was crazy, because I was at the park with my wife and my dad, and I said to them, I got into medical school, but just it wasn't like a shout or a scream, and they were just really, they didn't believe it, because my reaction was I don't know, it was just really subdued. I was obviously excited, but I don't know, I just reacted that way. And yeah, obviously we were celebrating, I was really happy for many reasons, of course, but I was also like just trying to digest what had happened, and it really took me a couple of days to process the information that, you know, now I'm actually going to be going off to medical school in September and starting the course. But yeah, like my thoughts is that, you know, it's been a really long journey. It's been, like I said, for all of you who followed my channel, and we're a small community. We haven't got, you know, hundreds of thousands of subscribers. But those of you who had followed my channel, you know that I've literally been doing this, like sitting the UCAT, the GAMSAT, from 2019, 2020, 21. And finally, the year I sat it in 2021, I actually got a decent score on my GAMSAT. I then went to interview, and finally I've actually made it onto the other side. And you know, there were so many times throughout this process where I felt like giving up, but then I was like, if I give up, then will I live to regret it? And knowing myself, probably yes, right? That the answer is probably yes. I would live to regret it. And so I'm happy that I stuck by it. I'm also very appreciative that I've had people around me to support me and to, you know, push me to remain committed to the objective. I've also had like amazing people from the Instagram community that, like in the UK, like people who are in like the whole, you know, medical school community on Instagram, like actually reach out, offer for interview preparation, help, tips, resources. Like it's crazy. Like the support is really great, and I'm very appreciative of it. And yeah, I'm just happy. What I'd also say is, obviously, for those who are still going through the process, you know, as much as it may seem like there's no progress, that you're not really seeing any progress, it may seem like it's dark days, or that, you know, you might as well just give up and maybe pick something else. I'd say, you know, push that little bit further, because you never know how close you might actually be to getting into medical school, basically. And in my case, you know, I registered for the GAMSAT literally on deadline day last year, because I didn't think I was going to be able to do it, and I just felt like there was no point. What's the point in doing this? I was looking for alternative careers. I was like, let me go into, I already work in finance anyway, but I was like, let me go into management consulting, let me do this, let me go abroad. But even though I tried to satisfy my sort of desire temporarily by doing that, you know, I always knew deep down that I wanted to do medicine, and I registered for the exam on deadline day. I was meant to sit the exam in Ireland. Thankfully, I was able to sit it in London, and ultimately that was the moment where I was sort of least motivated to do it, yet committed to do it, was the actual moment where I actually did well enough. Well, I did way better than I had done before, and I was able to interview and subsequently get an offer. So those are sort of my closing thoughts, and you know, I really encourage you, don't give up, carry on going forward. And yeah, in my case, I'm just really happy, obviously, for the situation. It's a 4-year course, so it's the graduate entry course, which obviously is like really hard to get into because of the financing, and I need the financing support anyway, so this is really useful for me. And yeah, and most of all, I'm able to do it in London. So for me, London is the place I want to be. I grew up in London. I'm originally from Ecuador. I'm Latino, but I grew up in London. So London is my area. London is where, you know, I want to be. And I'm just really thankful and happy. And at a later point, I'll probably do like a reveal of the medical school I'll be going to. But I'm sure most of you will probably you know, work it out. Obviously, there's not many GAMSAT universities who offer a graduate medical course in London, and so I'm sure it won't take you much to really determine which university I'm going to. But anyway, I'll leave that for a later date. But yeah, just really thankful. Thank you all for the support along these last years. And yeah, I'm just going to be putting out more videos, talking about my whole journey, tips, things that I've picked up along the way. And yeah, what can I say? Your boy finally got into medical school. Listen, I was like, it has to happen this year because it's getting way too long for me. Yeah, I just didn't know if I could hack it again. And thankfully, you know, God was great enough and good enough to allow me to have this opportunity, and I'm just thankful. And of course, I want to take the opportunity, you know, with all of the motivation possible, and you know, it's one step now into the dream, into the desire to become a doctor, and you know, subsequent goals that come with that. So thank you all, thank you guys, I appreciate it. You know, you can hit me up on my socials, somewhere here, or here. I'm not too sure where I'll put it, but it'll be somewhere here. Follow me on Instagram. So subscribe, comment, like, share. It's your boy Diego. I am out. Bye bye. Thank you. Bye.